All right, so in the trending matter of the Okoyes, as you all know, Peter of Psquare came out recently with a lot of bombshells, dropping receipts, talking about how his brothers connived together, used him, defrauded him, took advantage of him, and currently, I think he's currently at part 8B. Now, somehow I've been caught into the web of all of this, especially on Twitter, because as you can see, a lot of people are insulting me and dragging me on Twitter because I had previously spoken about Cynthia Morgan and Jude. But in my video, I was in defense for Jude. Yeah, I defended Jude 100%, right? So because of that reason, a lot of people are insulting me on Twitter, and they even went further to say I have been paid, right? But then again, there's a story behind everything, yeah? And I'm going to share you guys a story. First things first, you see, everything Peter I've shared on Instagram these past few days, everything from part 1 to part 8, everything I know about all. Everything from part 1 to part 8. In short, even the one he will possibly tell you tomorrow, I know about everything. And do you know how I found out about all of this? Do you know how I know about it? Do you know who told me about everything that Peter is putting out there today? Peter. Peter himself told me everything. As a matter of fact, there are some that he has not even said yet. So I'm in the know of everything. Do you know when Peter shared all of this with me? Over a year ago, in 2025, over 1 year ago, that I have the knowledge of everything he has posted. It's a very juicy topic. I would have come out to say some things, but there's a reason why since then, and I'll tell you. So, 2025, over a year ago, Peter invited me to his hotel room in Sheraton, and I went there with Okoye and CPAC. Peter was with his guys, but some of them were waiting outside, Myself, Okoye, CPAC, and Peter were inside his room in Sheraton. And Peter started narrating everything. We spoke for more than 3 hours on this matter. Peter brought out his laptop. He started showing receipts, bank transactions, showed everything, explained everything. How they bought houses, how they bought cars, how his share was not coming to him, how they diverted everything that was explained on social media. He explained everything to me, right? He went on to say how Jude took advantage of Cynthia Morgan, how he diverted her funds, everything. He told me everything, right? Then we went to go and buy suya. We went to go and buy suya after everything he told me. Bro, the people I went there with, CPAC, at some point started sleeping. It was a very lengthy conversation. That is why I say some of the things he told me, he has not even put it out yet. So there are still more that I might possibly say. Now, when he told me, he now went on to say, well, the summary of all of this is that they are in court. And Jude's building, that Jude is currently building, have been sealed by the EFCC. And very soon, those buildings will be taken from Jude and be given to him. And even Paul's Plaza, that is what it is with his money, the money that they stole from him, that they used in acquiring these properties. So he's going to get all these properties and they'll give everything to him. I was really happy for him because, to be very honest, when Peter was speaking, God bear me witness, I almost cried, right? It's one thing to be cheated by an outsider. It's another thing to be cheated by your own family that's supposed to be looking out for you. You understand? Peter still went further to tell me about some inner things about Paul, about Jude, about their family, what had been said to him in the past, what had been said to his wife, what had been said about his kids. he shared all of this. I was like, Jude is such a terrible older brother. Terrible, terrible older brother. Anyways, towards the end of everything, he now said, as of now, Jude don't know what is coming to him. That, do I know that one of his checkmate plan against Jude is that himself and Fino Ezege, that they are in talk. Because Jude has also scammed Fino over hundreds of thousands of dollars. That the same thing that Jude did to him, Jude has also done to Fino. Made mention about some real estate transactions that was done between Fino and Jude. And that when Fino had realized that Jude scammed him, Fino became bitter. And they spoke about it, and Fino now agreed that he will come to court and testify against Jude. That Fino is his key witness in the case. I say, you do this thing, reach Fino's side again. And Fino know the talk, to the best of my knowledge, based on what I hear about. I say, you know the talk. He's not just very chill guy where they keep to himself. Like, you don't really get much friends around. So you know the talk. So even if this guy happens to, I say, you know, we even speak up. So explained to me, said Fino is going to come out that day, and also is in talks with Cynthia Morgan. And that guy, what Jude did to that girl, that Jude is such an evil person. That the girl done the almost craze. People know who knows. He don't finish the girl. Anyways, after this whole lengthy conversation, got into the car, said bye-bye. As we were driving, me and Coco B and sit back on the gist the matter. Everybody in the car, it's like, why Jude go do this kind of thing? But these people wicked. And to be honest, me, I've always been the bitter guy, right from time. Anybody who know me knows that me being the #1 Psquare fan. There's none of Psquare song when I know, but let's leave that by the way. See Jude. See that Jude caused the breakup of Psquare. Jude is such a terrible person, you know. Immediately I hated Jude, to be very honest. I hated Jude, I disliked him. Because to be honest, Jude know they really talk. And people where they know they really talk like that, sometimes they bite you for back, you know. We drove, and I told Coco that, man, I'm going to reach out to Cynthia Morgan. You understand? And when I reach out to Cynthia Morgan, we are going to look for a way to get a catalog of Jude. You understand? Any problem where it won't cause, we dig in. So after then, I reached out to Cynthia Morgan. I said, I heard what they did to you. You know, man, it's really, really sad that you went through all of this, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So we started talking, myself and Cynthia, we started talking, you know. Now, I went to Lagos for something else after like few weeks. Before now, me and Peter, we did talk normal for phone, you know. We did talk for phone, they vibe, but they talk lengthy conversation for phone, we did vibe. And I went to Lagos. As I went to Lagos, I was somewhere and Fino was in the same place. So I went up, he said, VDM, how you doing now? You there? I said, Zega, I did. He said, your problem too much, guy. Every time problem, you know the tire, VDM, you know the tire. Drag this one, drag this one. I started laughing. I said, Zega, you know, for this country, me better. We go gas pull out for everything, you understand? He said, yeah, he understands, but I should be calming down, you know, that this country, I should just be calming down. You know, he was trying to advise me. So in that mood of advice, I saw an opportunity to slip in this whole conversation that myself and Peter had. So I said, I also heard what happened.